We've reached that point. The White House has unveiled a humanoid figure at its Global Education Summit this week. And I want to describe it to you because it arrived at the meeting moving at a slow, controlled pace. Deliberate, measured. The face, you know what? There's some beauty there, but it was completely unreadable. No visible emotion whatsoever. And when it spoke, the words were technically correct, grammatically precise, and gave absolutely no indication of what was happening on the inside. It has been observed to communicate in multiple languages, and it was paid $28 million, the highest sum ever paid for a figure of its kind, by a man with enormous government contracts who needed something from the person standing next to him. Nobody's entirely sure what this figure thinks about anything. It retains complete editorial control over its own image. And it was, per all available evidence, built for a specific and highly choreographed purpose. I'm talking, of course, about Melania Trump, and also she was there to introduce an actual robot called Figure 03, a humanoid built by Figure AI. And it walked down the red carpet alongside Melania, showing virtually the same emotion she did, greeting the room in 11 languages. And it said it was grateful to be part of this historic movement. And then it turned around and left.
I'm Figure 3, a humanoid built in the United States of America. I am grateful to be part of this historic movement to empower children with technology and education.
The actual robot got more press than the education policy that they were talking about, which, given what current education policy is, was probably intentional. Now, this education initiative that the two humanoids, one paid $28 million for a documentary and the other made a titanium, were there to announce was Melania's Fostering the Future Together Summit. And it envisions classrooms led by an AI teacher named Plato, a humanoid AI. And it'll respond to your child's emotional state. And it was named after the Greek philosopher who invented critical thinking. Which is ironic because this administration is actively dismantling critical thinking education. And just think about the irony there. They named this robot after the man who said the unexamined life is not worth living. And they are teaching your children not to examine anything, to take it at face value, whatever King Trump says. Meanwhile, the actual Department of Education is being abolished. Linda McMahon, the WWE head and Secretary of Education, a sentence that continues to be technically accurate and still infuriating, is dismantling the agency she was hired to run. Title I funding for low-income schools cut. Teacher training programs gutted. And in classrooms across America, PragerU animated videos that whitewash history, including defending slavery, has been pushed as approved curriculum material. They've got a cartoon Frederick Douglass, states' rights, very educational and very definitely not a PragerU thing. And they're going to sell you a robot, an AI robot. And you can't afford gas because they are on war. Health care costs are rising. Child care costs are more than college tuition in most states. The Department of Education is being eliminated, and the White House's answer is here's your robot named Plato. Your child will learn from it, based on their emotional state, which a robot will detect. That's not scary at all. Meanwhile, we're cutting the budget for the humans who actually can do the very job that they're trying to build a robot to do. And I should note, Amazon, which paid Melania her $28 million for this documentary, is also the company whose business contracts with the federal government run into the billions. Elizabeth Warren opened an investigation into whether this documentary deal was, in her words, a bribe. Amazon said they licensed it because customers would love it. And this is the type of deal that happens when you have a tech company trying to get in with the Trump administration. And what do you get out of it? A robot to teach your children. And Jeff Bezos, we know that he donated $1 million to the inaugural fund for Trump. And you know that that was purely a business decision. So to recap, we have a first lady who was paid $28 million for acting by a company with federal contracts, walking a titanium humanoid down a red carpet to announce that your children will be taught by AI that was named after the man that invented critical thinking at a summit organized by an administration that is eliminating critical thinking by eliminating the Department of Education, using curriculum videos made by PragerU. The robot spoke 11 languages, then it left. And Melania, she maintains editorial control of her entire life. The children, they'll learn, probably. And you know what? I haven't seen this story nearly enough in the mainstream media. And that's why it's so important to support independent media like the Ring of Fire and like any of the independent media you see out there. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification icon. That way you will be notified anytime we do a story like this, and we will keep it in the public eye.